Well, tubers, it's been a long time since I've been on here, but I figured I will show you a few of these projects I'm working on, cars. Some of these will be customizing, stuff like this. I still gotta weather it, but M2, I've done a lot of M2, like if you know M2, crew cabs don't come like this, you know, crew cabs don't come with the utility bed on them, these Chevys, but I wanted to make a couple things that, you can see this too, it's pretty clean, pretty clean cuts. These come out, I like this. These are some eBay projects I did. We did this one. As you can see, it looks pretty good. Came out pretty good. You know, this is how they start. Oh, this is a lifted one. But I have so many of them, I had to change it up a little bit. Make some customs. This too, this is a truck that had a, actually I can show you 3 of these I did. Oh, no. You know, nice and weathered. This came on a different, you know, these were the C60, they had the big long bed on them. I didn't like that, so I turned them all into semi-trucks. And I turned them all into semi-trucks, which is pretty cool. You know, this weathered one. This is just a cab up another one. Took all the logos off them. It's pretty decent. You know, and I think, oh, I did a Coca-Cola one that comes with a trailer. Which, it looks pretty cool. Oh, they don't like to stay on there, do they? That's what happens when stuff rolls. But, I don't know. I like those. Nothing, pretty basic. You know, they got the M2 trailers that can go with them, or a lot of people like to leave them like this. Whatever you want to do. We'll do something a little weathered. Old weathered stock car, race car. It's a Bel Air one. But I'll see if I can bring it up closer. You know, the weathering is pretty decent. So, I'm really, you know, I did the bottoms too. And this is multiple. This is real rust, some painted rust, real rust flakes. What's that? That metal flake rust. Which, I don't use much of that. I mainly use that for the bottoms. You can see here, it gives you that nice color. But I really like these lighter, and I mean, this came out pretty good. And sometimes, like, I used to always do stuff like this. I don't do, I mean, this one, this is these are all die cast. You know, you got the drums on the back and the disc on the front. This is a 442 with a metal pipe through the windshield. The rust is pretty amazing on this one. It looks real good. Put the little, these are like little, I don't know, push pins. I like it because I got the little ball on it, like, you know, you ever had that 8-ball on your antenna. So, oh, and this one I forgot. I I stuffed some detail in it. You know, there's some barrels and a barrel in there, and maybe on this side you can see, I don't know if you can see that, an engine block. Pretty cool. And I did a Chevelle too. This one I like to gut them when they have no doors. You know, some flaked rust. Looks pretty good, you know, around the wheel wells, like they're rotted out. Bent the bumper on this one, a little rust up on the hood. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with these die-casts. I've just been so busy. I probably have, oh man, I got thousands of cars. I could weather cars and junk cars and do customs forever. But I do like the weathered ones. You know, these ain't as popular as like I used to do back in the day, like model cars. These are definitely not as popular as model cars. But, you know, they do fairly well. A lot of these, like stuff like this, I mean, I get about $40 for them a piece, which, it's not too bad, you know, for a die-cast car. A lot of people like to have this stuff in their collection, and I like making them. So that's some of the weathered stuff I've done recently. I got a bunch of it, obviously. You know me. If you know my channel, that's what I do. And I built this custom crew cab Chevy. I gotta keep getting up and checking to make sure this is, yeah, it looks pretty good. Just kind of zoom it in a little bit. Maybe out. There we go. But this is pretty cool. 24-hour tow truck. You can see a little bit there. I should have sanded that down a little bit more, but you don't really look at the bottom. If I was doing a rusty one, I'd just rust over that and you'd never see it. But it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's pretty clean. Even you know, the chassis matches, lines up pretty good. Really cool piece right here. All black. These are obviously these crew cabs don't come with that. These are all M2 backs, and the wreckers have been fun because obviously a crew cab wrecker they don't come like that for M2. But I figured I'd make some custom ones. Oh, here's one. They do have these dualies, but all the dualies that these single cab dualies that M2 puts out are all lowered. Every one of them's lowered. So I'm like, well, they don't have a lifted chassis for a I'm just gonna roll. They don't have a lifted chassis for a one of these. You know, we got a nice engine. So they didn't have a lifted chassis for these, and all mine are. I got a bunch of these, and they're single cab dualies, but they're lowered. I don't like lowered, and I really don't care too much for lifted. It seems like everybody who customizes trucks tries to make them all lifted or lowered. I prefer stock because I'm a junker. I like all my vehicles stock. But I have so many lowered ones that I didn't like it. But this truck came out amazing. This was a front end off a wrecker. And then this, you know, obviously the cab and the rack was off one of these trucks. So in the chassis, because they don't make a lifted, I mean, I guess I could have cut up 2 lifted single cabs, but it wouldn't have the dually back end. But I didn't use the dually back end. I cut up, I don't like these. Let's see if I could find one. I hate these jimmies. Let's see, yeah, these jimmies here. Let's see if I put it down there. I don't like those jimmies. You can see what I do to them. But all the jimmy parts will fit on a square body. So, you know, the grills work, the front windshield works. I can make the tub work. I think does this not want to stay. I can make the tub work. You know, I like to steel because these normally have black bumpers on them. So I like to steel. Man, this thing does not want to. Just wants to keep rolling. But I strip all these for the parts. Well, I took a few of these and I stole, because 99% of the time I never had one of these stock. I think I found it lowered maybe twice, but they're always lifted. These are always lifted. So I don't like the jimmies. I don't like how they look without the cap on the back of them. Yeah, you can glue them down. I just don't like them. But as you see in this one, I just took 2 Jimmy chassis and put them together. I mean, it looks pretty good. It's not too bad. I put them together. I didn't want like these. I had the options. I could have lifted it like this one. But I wanted it to be a work truck. So I wanted it, you know, lifted, but I wanted it on like stock wheels. This is a really, and I can't believe I put it on eBay. But I put that truck on eBay. And it's one of those ones I don't care if it sells because it's a really nice truck. And I'm happy with that. Rolls good, right? Well, then we got this here. We got the Ford F-250, what is it, 67, no, I don't remember, 60 something. This one is okay. I'm not the biggest fan because the only way M2 doesn't make any dually beds, no Ford dualies at all. So I wanted to make my own, but I had to customize it a little bit. You know, the bed's a Chevy bed off one of these. Actually, the bed on this one's off this truck right here. But overall, I mean, it doesn't look bad. Got a tow hitch, could tow a trailer. But it's something different, you know. Instead of having, you know, 20 crew cab trucks, I can just make something different out of them. And I put them up on eBay. If they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. But oh, we got one more here. And we got this. They don't make a crew cab stake bed truck, so I thought this would be pretty cool. I stole this stake bed off a 56 Ford, and you know, I did some customization to make it work, and it looks alright. You know, I could put a little JB weld over that and sand it to make it look better, but you know, nothing's loose here. Everything rolls. I mean, it's pretty nice. I really just got into really customize these, and it's a little bit different, but it's been fun, you know. It's been real fun. I haven't had much time to work on my my diorama because I just kind of use it for pictures. I've been focused more on eBay items and just making random things that I think would be cool. Here's something cool though. I didn't do this, but you know, it's got to get weathered and whatnot. But look at this truck. This is pretty cool. Oh, we're not gonna. Okay. What if I just put a cab up there? There we go. So that truck is pretty cool. This is actually a China truck. See if I can zoom that out a little bit. Yeah, this truck is from China. And it's really, really cool. I mean, where do I show you? Let's see if we can get this off. Oh, she's tight. Give me a quick second. So you got it. Let's see, I'll even raise it up. I mean, it's got a little, I'm not on the thing here, but, you know, that's pretty cool, right? You can spin it 360. Oh man, don't know why this thing does not want to stay for me today. But yeah, you know, I thought that was, I'm going to weather it. You know, it's going to be a yard crane, old truck. You know, they got the, like, military wheels on it. Dually. Really nice piece. I really like that. Once it gets weathered, and you know, it'll look real good. But yeah, other than that, you know, that's kind of what I've been working on. And this is, well, I don't think you see too many people doing this. This is, I cut the, here you go. I like that. Like you see, if you ever watch any, I don't know, maybe Adventures with a Purpose. A lot of people do this too. They cut these off for wall hangers. I didn't glue these pieces in yet. These will get weathered. You cut these off for wall hangers, you know, like this one right here. Let's see. This one, a Ford. Whoa. I do have the hood that goes on it. Like some of them, the hoods were left. And some of them, the hoods are removable. So this would be like a cool wall hanger in a shop, or I don't know. There's a lot of cool things you could hang one up in your, you know, your diorama as wall hangers, just for extra. Extra visual detail, you know, because this is a big thing. A lot of people cut off front ends, and you know, they got wall hangers, or they make a bed, you know, a head to the bed, a headrest, whatever you call them. But I've been doing a lot of that. These are a little tricky. I mean, it's not easy to cut those off, but if you know what you're doing and have the right stuff, it's not bad. Yeah, it's been a long time since I put any videos up. I don't know. It's not like it used to be on YouTube. Like, I don't really have that many followers or comments, or, you know, people that are entertained by this anymore. Not like it used to be with the models. So I really don't put much effort into putting out videos anymore, because I just don't think it's worth my time. You know, if I put some out and I get some more views, and you know, I don't know, a lot of people ain't into this diecast stuff, I don't think, or if they is, they're just not into what I do, or they haven't found me yet. But I figured I'd do a short little video. I would show my yard, but it's under construction right now. If you want to see my yard, just go on my eBay and you can see pictures when because I take pictures of this stuff in there. And if anybody goes to my eBay, make me an offer. I know my prices may seem a little high, but if you understand eBay and the fees and what people go on there and try to offer you. I mean, I do a lot of free shipping on my stuff, and some of it ain't, but I don't, because when I take offers, I still need the shipping covered. So if my prices seem a little high, shoot me an offer. I'm pretty reasonable on all my stuff. But maybe this will look good on one of your shelves. Or, I mean, right now I think I have over 100 items on eBay. All kinds of stuff. Everything's open to offer. I mean, I enjoy it. I don't care if this stuff sells, but somebody likes to add something like this to their collection, one of my custom pieces, and sure, you know. But I guess I've done enough talking. Parts. Oh, tons of parts. Here's a project I'm working on, another one of those trucks. It's going to be the same as this one right here. Like, you see that one. But I turned around and took this cab and put it all blacked out. I put the clear window in the front and put a tinted window in the back. Lowered. Once it gets weathered, these will look real nice. I've sold a couple of these already. They went for like 40 bucks a piece, so which is kind of cool, you know. And all the die casts went up anyways. The price is just getting stupid on some of them. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I tried to make a longer video, you know. Tried to show you a little bit what I'm doing. I mean, if you want to see more of my work, like I said, it's on eBay. You know, if somebody wants to check it out, check it out. You don't, you don't. And not that this video is going to get a lot of views, but alright folks, until next time, Stony is out.